Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel, and welcome back home to me. I have arrived. My house is still standing, all in one piece. Nobody came and robbed me. It is a wonderful thing. All right. The purpose of this video, quite frankly, quite simply, is just to get my feet wet again because I was gone for a week, as many of you know, and in a weird way, I hated it. I loved Arizona. It's the only place that has ever threatened my Midwestern roots. I multiple times considered the fact that I could live in Arizona. Never felt that way when I traveled East Coast. Never felt that way when I traveled to other Midwestern states necessarily. Never felt that way in Florida, Carolinas. But something about Arizona, man, spoke to me. I don't know. But people kept saying, come back in the summer, you'll change your mind. I don't know if I would. Beautiful place. Perfect size. Just a lot of good things going for it. But my one negative was I couldn't do this. And I was talking to my mother's cousin, who is my second cousin once removed, I think, technically. The once removed deals with generations. I had to look it all up. And she watches these videos, and she asked me about this journey of me making videos. And honestly, it was one of the highlights of my trip to have her, who I don't see very often, right? Like I've seen her less than 5 times in my whole life, probably about 5 times in my whole life, and she from across the country cares about this channel, cares about me, right? And that's cool. And she says, I want you to tell me more about your channel. What are you doing? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself? And like, people that I'm close to don't really even ask me that. So to have a family member that I barely get to see be so interested meant a ton. Probably one of my favorite parts of the trip. And while I was talking to her about it, one of the things I mentioned was I have never been sad about missing work. Like, this is work. And I said, for the first time in my life, I go on vacation and I'm stressed out or sad that I can't do my job. And I said, that's amazing. Like, that's a privilege. And we talked about the fact that I'm nowhere near where I want to be with this channel, but, I'm banking on the small growth, and I've seen continued support, et cetera, et cetera. So here's the other thing. I know this is in the thumbnail. We're going to wrap this in a second. Okay, I got this in Arizona. So I know you guys want to see what that's all about. We'll get to it. So I miss doing this. I am happy to be home. But I also feel weird because it's like, oh, I haven't made a video in a week. Have I lost the touch? Did I even have the touch to begin with? I don't know. So what's the plan? The plan is to continue with the normal, regularly scheduled programming, the daily videos for NFL. I'm going to be making my other plans are I need to post my Seahawks vlog. I've recorded tons of footage from the Seahawks Cardinals game that I attended. I plan on creating a sort of a vlog review of that, posting that. I also want to do a college football playoff preview. The bracket came out while I was gone. We haven't talked about it. That would normally be something we talk about on this channel right away. We didn't get to that. So that's coming out this week. I got actually a new PC. I ordered some parts. I've never built a PC. I'm going to build a PC. I'm going to document the journey. I'm going to try to figure it out because I didn't know the PC I have right now is horrible. Like, I'm stuttering right now on this recording software. I'm glitching, right? My RAM is 8 gigabytes. I have no idea what that means, but I have a friend in software who's like, maybe we could fix that. 8 gigabytes is not great. Right? Like, a lot of times phones are about eight or more gigs. Like, this in theory is a more powerful computer than my computer. So I upgraded. And so I'm going to build a new PC that won't probably change anything on your guys' end, but it should help make my life a little easier. Other than that, yeah, that's that. So let's unwrap this little thing. So here's the deal. I went into a store in Scottsdale and I saw this and I was like, I will not be able to get this home on the plane without it breaking. So I'm not going to buy it. And we went back to that same store. My mom bought it and she put it in our carry-on. And then she said, Merry Christmas when we got off the airplane. So my mom has already given us our Christmas presents. Some people probably think that's weird. I don't know. We bought my daughter a Elsa, like from Frozen doll. And a Sven, that's the horse or the reindeer in the movie, if you're not familiar with that. And it's been in our closet for 6 months. And every day I look at it and I go, we bought this to give to her on Christmas, but we're really just wasting time with it. You know, like, it's like 6 months she'll never get to play with it. Why don't we just give it to her when we buy it? Or, like, I don't know, it's just a weird thing that I think about often. The point is, my mom gives us our Christmas presents early, or she did this year. So let's go. Let's get into this here. I'm going to scoot back here, but then I'm going to have to scream. But I feel like you guys probably want to watch the unwrapping. I can do this. I can do something like this. Okay. Any guesses? Go ahead and throw in the comments what you think this is. It's solid. And I did say it was breakable, or I at least alluded to the fact that it was breakable. Oh, that was kind of that just kind of unwrapped itself. So in order to create the suspense, I'm going to just sit here, maybe read about stemming confidence in students across the valley. It's a pun. It says stemming. I'm guessing it's these women in STEM. As a child, okay, I'm not reading that. All right, so here it is. It's this. I think it's cool. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't want to like appropriate a culture. And now that I'm in front of a camera, I don't know if I should feel bad about it. I should probably do more research about what this exactly means to Hispanic culture. But I appreciated it, okay? And I think that's the important part is I appreciated the beauty in this and the uniqueness of this piece. Take a guess at how much this was. It's solid terracotta. I don't know. It's like what flower pots are made of. It's like the brown on the inside. I would flip it over, but you might see the price. Okay, I'll flip it over. I'll cover the price. You can't see in there. This is going well. So yeah, you can comment how much you think this was. I found it to be rather affordable for how much attention to details on this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it where it rightfully belongs, next to this other terracotta. Not next to, across from. How's that look? That's not too bad. Should I do it like this? But then you can't see the skull. Let's do it like that. I don't really need this Jacob deGrom up there anymore. Okay, I'll figure that out. What do we think? Do we face the skull forward? Let me know. It's good to be back, and we'll see you this week. And I love you, and we'll see you this week.